So before we start, a little bit of icebreaker. I keep speaking, sitting here in the Vyasasana, but I would like to hear from all of you that any sort of a contemplation or any thoughts, any kind of you have been hearing 3 sessions already, right? So I see some new faces. Somebody joined newly? Raise hand. I always thought so. Okay, so Prabhuji has got family. Very nice. That I call a progress. ये उन्नति का सबूत है. कृष्ण भी छोटे कान्हाई थे, उन्हीं के वजह से सब है, तो बच्चे बिल्कुल. सो थैंक यू. इसका नाम क्या हुआ? अध्ययन दास. अध्ययन दास, ऑलरेडी सेवक ऑफ कृष्णा. नाइस. थैंक यू अध्यंत फॉर गेटिंग योर पेरेंट्स. Very nice of you. So, all right. Any realization or contemplation, Mataji? I think some of you have newly come, so thank you. But anytime you come is the problem is that in material subjects, when you start, you have to start from chapter 1, right? You cannot go and start from chapter 10 or something. But in spiritual subjects, whenever you come, jab jago tabi savera. So it's okay. You have nothing to lose, only to gain. So any realizations or any inputs you have, or any thoughts you have to share? Yes, Prabhuji. At a mic or something?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. My name is Jan. So I can say I am seeing some positive change in me. So usually I used to wake up and just morning rituals and get away for work or weekend. But these days I'm waking up and first thing I'm doing is praising Lord and doing some sloka, agarbatti jala diya. So I'm feeling that change and it's positive start of the day. And I'm feeling that I'm able to carry that momentum throughout the day. And I'm having extra energy to do some activities. And maybe I'm feeling the blessing. Yeah.
Very nice, Prabhuji. So early morning you have brought some changes in your daily routine, which is not easy because you are already conditioned to that for months and years of your life. So as you grow, you bring some change is not easy, and you are doing that for Krishna, which is important. So thank you for sharing that, Prabhu. And always it's like that. So whenever you do a bit of an investment in bhakti, even little small, the word comes out is, I feel positive. So when you do some material projects, all of you must be in jobs, every day doesn't come out positive. In the end only it comes out positive or negative. Project gets delayed or on time delivered. But here, even you minuscule investment you do, the word comes out is positive. Then why not think of investing more? अगर व्यापारिक दृष्टि से भी सोचे तो, business point of view also. If we think, why can't we think of distributing more? So important that we contemplate, we think about it, and try to follow. Even small step is okay. अगर आप छोटा सा भी step लेते हैं, so Krishna looks at everything. ना उनके लिए कुछ छोटा बड़ा नहीं है, उनके लिए सब एक समान है. मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में ही है जो छोटा बड़ा है, वहाँ कुछ छोटा बड़ा नहीं है. So we'll get more into the details, but important thing is that how we do not underestimate ourselves or overestimate ourselves. We have to maintain the balance, and we have to trust, or in corporate world we use another word, leap of faith of assumption. एक faith, एक trust दिखाना जरूरी है. Once you show that, then you will start seeing reciprocation from Krishna. Right? So we'll get into more details. So once again, thank you, and I hope you will have a wonderful session today. And thanks for sharing, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So we'll start. I think it's displayed. Okay. So as usual, we'll start with prayers. And for the ones who are new, it's important that we do prayers before we start touch basing on Bhagavad Gita, because it's not based on my individual capacity to sit here and speak. I will be able to speak whatever is with the blessings of Acharyas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Panch Tattva, and with their blessings only we can speak. Else we are not in a position to speak about Bhagavad Gita. We are not qualified, I would say. But the qualification comes from Acharyas. And वो हमें शक्ति देते हैं, वो हमें ताकत देते हैं, तब मुंह से कुछ निकलता है. So with that tinge of humility, we will start the pratna. So repeat after me. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. Raise your hands. Hare Krishna कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you so much. So important announcement. We have kids class going to kickstart today. So whoever are kids, supposedly age wise kids, ना ऐसे तो हम सब बच्चे ही हैं. So I would request the kids to go upstairs and the classes will be conducted by wonderful devotees. Thank you. And I hope we'll see something presented by kids by end of the class. All right. So, oh, that itself reminds me of something. Life is like a blank sheet. है ना? Life is like a, ये कुछ प्लान नहीं था, ये अकस्मात ही आ गया दिमाग में. प्रभुपाद की कृपा से इट्स अ ब्लैंक शीट. उस पे आप क्या रंग डालेंगे आप पे निर्भर करता है. What colors you put in life, it's our choice. Colors could be dark or color could be Bhagavad Gita, the life manual, the only solution of all the problems of life. What is that? Bhagavad Gita, है ना. और बड़ा important है कि हम गीता के तत्व को समझें. We should understand what is the value of Bhagavad Gita. If in our childhood we have seen that we just buy Bhagavad Gita and start reading ourselves, it's like वो छोटे छोटे steps लेके बच्चे बाहर गए ना, it's like they take the IIT book and start open and start reading themselves. Well, they have the IIT book for sure, so one step passed, but are they capable of reading themselves? What they need? Guru, coach, guide, mentor. अर्जुन के लिए कौन थे यहाँ पे, है ना. हमारे लिए कौन है? कृष्णा आसानी से मिल जाएंगे. हम लोग अर्जुन है क्या? लेकिन कृष्णा इतने दयालु हैं कि कृष्णा एंड प्रभुपाद इज सेम या डिफरेंट. गुरु और भगवान की पद्धति सेम है. बड़ा सुंदर रिलेशन है. यू विल क्वेश्चन, अरे कैसे प्रभु जी, प्रभु भगवान इज हियर, गुरु इज हियर. नो, एक्चुअली वी शुड ऑलवेज थिंक गुरु equal to Lord, because that's how Shastra quotes. But Guru, what Guru should think? Guru should think what? I am servant of the servant of the servant of you. दासोष्मी. कितना सुंदर रिलेशनशिप है ना. तो इसमें ईगो या आई एम गॉड ये सब आता ही नहीं है. हमें अपने गुरु को सबसे ऊपर रखना है. और गुरु को ये सोचना होता है, गुरु ये सोचते हैं कि मैं तो सबसे नीचे हूँ, मैं बस आपकी सेवा करने के लिए यहाँ पे हूँ. तो इसी मूड में श्रील प्रभुपाद ने सेवा की हमारी. और प्रभुपाद क्या किए? Actually, last class we have identified that we are, what about body and soul? All of you are there, raise hand, you know about body and soul. So actually because of Prabhupada, we were very simply identified that who is body, who is soul, what is the differentiating factor. Sometimes we are so attached to the body कि हम क्या करते हैं कि there have been cases in this world where a body has been kept after death for so long, where actually they put chemicals in the body and they keep it alive. और इतना ज़्यादा पैशन रहता है बॉडी के प्रति कि they come, they change their dress, उनकी पूजा करते हैं, उनके लिए जो अच्छे अच्छे खाने हैं वो पका के खिलाने की कोशिश, मतलब साइड में रख देते हैं, बिकॉज दे थिंक बॉडी इज देयर. बट व्हाट हैपेंस, नो मैटर व्हाट केमिकल्स यू पुट इन द बॉडी, 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 year, it starts rotting. You cannot, even though he or she is your favorite, the most respected, can you stay beside him or her in that dead body throughout your life? आपके कितने भी प्यारे हों, ओ आप भी धोखा देते हैं उनको, उनका साथ छोड़ देते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि बॉडी महकने लगा. ये तो असली प्यार नहीं है. So till the body was happy and moving around and all, we are all like, oh, you are my everything, you are my love, you are my this. Suddenly body is dead and then we leave it. So that is true, because body is temporary in nature. It is meant to be left. At some point body has to be left. So if you are attached at body level, in the first session what we said, we wanted peace, right? Remember, happiness. But we are attached to body level. The answer is clear, we'll continue to suffer. We'll continue to suffer. That doesn't mean we don't have to serve, right? But imagine this, you detach yourself, you zoom out, you look at the bigger picture, you try serving. Then you will add more value to the society. Then getting too attached, too emotional to the body and try to serve. Then you will not serve the justice. In fact, decisions will be very biased. You have experienced that way? Right, sometimes? Over passionate lover. प्यार तो अच्छा है, लेकिन ओवर पैशनेट प्यार, उसके बारे में जानकारी लेंगे थोड़ा आज. बहुत कुछ गड़बड़ कर देता है ना. आई मीन बच्चों के प्रति अगर आप बहुत ज़्यादा, व्हाट इज़ माई किड, वेयर डिड ही गो, वेयर इज ही देयर, इज ही नॉट देयर, सीढ़ी से ऊपर, सीढ़ी से नीचे. मदर्स एंग्जाइटी लाइक यशोदा मैया टू कृष्णा, वो तो ट्रांसीडेंटल है, बट तो उससे क्या होता है, बच्चे बहुत मम्माज बॉय बन जाते हैं, पैम्पर्ड हो जाते हैं. देन दे डोंट बिकम गुड लीडर्स इन द सोसाइटी. व्हाई? बिकॉज उनको आप सैंड में खेलने दीजिए, थोड़ा सा धूल में लोटने पोटने दीजिए, इट्स ओके. लेकिन नहीं, वी वांट टू, मदर्स और पेरेंट्स वांट टू कीप इन देयर लैप, थिंकिंग दे आर प्रोटेक्टिंग देम. बट ओवर पैशन, ओवर प्रोटेक्शन at temporary levels are always reactive. So thanks to Srila Prabhupada that we are able to see what we are able to see. So as you see this picture, as I was explaining that, have you seen any body being static throughout life? Oh, this beautiful body, young body, right? Glowing cheeks like apple. One of the lectures I was listening कि जब जवानी होती है तो ये cheeks apple की तरह चमकते हैं, और जब धीरे धीरे उम्र बढ़ती है तो एक क्या बोलते हैं उसको, डेट्स की तरह सूखे हुए से लग जाते हैं, सिकुड़ के रह जाते हैं, एंड धीरे धीरे रिंकल्स आ जाते हैं. तो ऐसी बॉडी से क्या प्यार करना है जो आपका कभी है ही नहीं, हुआ ही नहीं है, पकड़े हुए हैं. कैन यू कैच द शैडो? कैन यू कैच होल्ड ऑफ योर यूथ? सो यूजलेस टू इन्वेस्ट टाइम अननेसेसरली, रादर इन्वेस्ट ऑन समथिंग विच इज परमानेंट. तो मौत तो आनी ही है, दैट्स द अल्टीमेट ट्रुथ. और बॉडी जन्म लेता है, एक परिपक्वता तक पहुंचती है, एंड देन इट डिकेज, राइट? एंड वी से हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू. I don't know. Yeah, but it's scary that if you are not knowing about Krishna and Bhagavad Gita, and when it's happy birthday, it's like happy one minus year death day to you. So there was a famous saying which struck with me in the initial years. We always work towards art of living, कि लाइफ को कैसे बिताना चाहिए, which is important. ठीक है, जिंदगी को एक पॉजिटिव ढंग से जीना चाहिए, but nobody looks at art of dying. इंसान को मरना कैसे चाहिए, सबसे बड़ा सत्य है कि नहीं? एंड हाउ मेनी ऑफ अस थिंक अबाउट इट? ना, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू डाई टुडे, नॉट मी, आई एम गोइंग टू लिव फॉर ईयर्स. वो तो सामने वाले, वो थोड़े मोटे हैं, उनका लगता है कार्डियक अरेस्ट का थोड़ा सा हो सकता है. मैं तो एकदम चंगा हूँ, आई एम ऑल हैप्पी एंड हैप्पी को लगी, मुझे क्या होगा, सो नथिंग कैन हैपन टू मी. ये हम एक तृष्णा में जीते हैं, राइट? इन दिस व्हाट यू कॉल दैट, ओएसिस, एक छलावा है कि हम कभी नहीं मरेंगे. बट आर्ट ऑफ डाइंग इज इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड हाउ वी लुक एट आर्ट ऑफ डाइंग टुडे, वी विल कंटेम्पलेट मोर ऑन दैट बिट. ऑल राइट, सो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट व्हाई डू आई सफर, मैं क्यों सफर करता हूँ, व्हाई एम आई सफरिंग. थोड़ा सा रूट कैनाल ट्रीटमेंट कर रहे थे. जो डेंटिस्ट हैं अगर उनको या करवाएं तो पता चलेगा. रूट कैनाल ट्रीटमेंट आज कर रहे हैं कि व्हाई वी सफर, है ना? चलिए इस सफर से गुजरते हैं कि व्हाई वी सफर. So recap quickly. Happiness all of you got it? Happiness. What is happiness? Last time we had discussed success formula. What is, and we will have a bit of a quiz in the end also. And don't worry, it's okay, just to be interactive. And then causes of suffering, which was we contemplated on attachment. है ना कि attachment से क्या होता है. Today, Prabhuji Mataji, we are going to talk about two more causes of suffering, which is comparison and wrongdoing. Papam, sins karna. Okay, that also leads to cause of suffering. And the intent is this: the moment we understand this, and post that, we will get into next session. We will get into art of work, karma, and everything. Why me? If I have done everything nice in my life, then why am I suffering still? That is for next session. But today, bit of more root canal. All set? All set to hear? नींद पूरी ले ली है? सोएंगे नहीं? मैं तो बड़ा सोता था, उस साइड रहता था तो. हरे कृष्णा. So let's start. Source of ultimate happiness. What is it? Is it house? हाँ? Careful. घर नहीं चाहिए. Okay. Ultimate happiness is not house. It gives temporary happiness. Correct? What about एक बंगला बने न्यारा, उसके साथ वो गाड़ी प्यारा प्यारा. How about car? Ultimate source of happiness? Doubt. Some people are very passionate about clothes, right? दिन रात उनका वार्डरोब खोलेंगे, किचन में शायद कॉन्फ्लेक्स ही होगा, लेकिन वार्डरोब में भरा होगा कलरफुल ड्रेस से. Is it the ultimate source of happiness? नहीं. Okay. Friends, so-called friends, college friends, पड़ोसी, ultimate source of happiness? माता जी, किटी पार्टी? नहीं. Friends? प्रभु जी, फ्राइडे इवनिंग पर थोड़ा सा ड्रिंक लेते हो यार, बात करते, बॉस के बारे में क्रिप करते हैं थोड़ा. चल यार, लेट्स टेक अ ब्रेक. नहीं. टेम्पररी हैप्पीनेस. परमानेंट वो एंग्जाइटी दे देंगे. When they will come and say, पता है तुमको वो 2 बंदे का प्रमोशन हो गया तुम्हारी कंपनी में? किसका? अरे वही जो तुमसे नीचे थे. क्या? एंड देन अगले 2 रात नींद नहीं. कैसे कैसे, मैं तो इतनी मेहनत किया. व्हाई नॉट मी, व्हाई नॉट मी. तो फ्रेंड थे या फो थे आपके? उन्होंने तो बैड न्यूज देके चले गए. तो आई डोंट नो. ओके, सो व्हाट इट सेज, you can understand how rich you are by counting how many things you have that which money cannot buy. है ना? जो पैसा नहीं खरीद सकता है वो आपके हैप्पीनेस को कंट्रीब्यूट करता है. जो पैसा खरीद सकता है वो एक जरिया है, बट इट्स नॉट द हैप्पीनेस. वो एक जरिया है. That's also a fact that if you don't have money in the house or food to eat, can you do bhakti? Are we capable? Are we like pure devotees? Can we do bhakti? No. We need some support system. खाना चाहिए, पैसा चाहिए, कपड़े चाहिए. But that is not ultimate happiness. That is not ultimate happiness. Okay. What is ultimate happiness? Actually, you use your house, you use your car, you use your clothes, and you use your association, but your ultimate aim should be Krishna. So if you involve Krishna in the center, immediately everything becomes valuable. So we are not saying that outrightly deny it. और इसको आप अपने जीवन से निकाल दीजिए. साधु संत बन जाइए, हिमालय में चले जाइए. बाय द वे, वेयर यू विल गो? आजकल तो सारी जगह डिफॉरेस्टेशन हो चुका है. एनीवेयर यू गो, मोबाइल विल बी देयर, द सिग्नल विल बी कमिंग. सो those are different yugas where you can, Pandavas and all could go to forest in the end and meditate and tapasya and all that. Today, where you will do tapasya and all? Everywhere there is a problem. Humans are everywhere, right? Like ants. I mean, humans are the most populated. I don't know. So that's the key. That ultimate source of happiness is Krishna. And again, it says through chanting bead mala. ऐसे नहीं कि directly आपने मनन किया और कृष्णा मिल गए. That way you will not get Krishna. It's through the weapon of chanting. That is the mode of Kali Yuga, connect. All right. Also it says spirituality, devotion, yoga is meant to actually give us realization of that love, of that peace, of that ananda, of that happiness. So जब हम happiness और peace की बात कर रहे थे first session में, it can only come through what? Spirituality. कैसे आ सकता है? Spirituality से ही आ सकता है. Material चीजों से happiness नहीं आ सकती. And that we have is, now by the way, what are the symptoms by which you think that you are ready to get that happiness? You have to cultivate these traits in yourself. अगर ये traits नहीं है, by the way, अगर आप देखें, रावण में ह्यूमिलिटी था, जनरॉसिटी था, फॉरगिवनेस एटीट्यूड था, दुर्योधन रावण हिरण्यकशिपु में कंपैशन था, लव, लाइट, डार्क एंड लाइट, lightness to others, knowledge to others, peace and happiness. No. So opulence doesn't mean that you will have these traits. ये traits अगर चाहिए प्रभु जी माता जी, humility, happiness, then you have to imbibe भक्ति. जब आप भक्ति imbibe करते हो ना, तभी ये traits generate होते हैं. बुक्स पढ़ के नहीं होते, material बुक्स पढ़ के कि आज एक मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर का मैं सुन लिया तो उसने पढ़ लिया तो इससे मुझे को हैप्पीनेस मिल गया. उससे नहीं होता है. आपको एक्चुअली डूबना पड़ता है. भक्ति इज दी मीडियम थ्रू विच यू गेट दीज ट्रेट्स. और जब ह्यूमिलिटी आती है, जब आपको जनरसिटी आती है, फॉरगिवनेस एटीट्यूड आता है, देन यू राइज अबव योर मटेरियल लेवल, है ना. गंधर्व गिरधारी की जय, चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय, पंचतत्व की जय, नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय, षड गोस्वामी की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय. सो दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. Moving on to next, success formula. What is the success formula? We had talked 2 classes before. Can you say what is the success formula? What is the formula to success? One by one, क्या करना चाहिए? Anybody? Success formula?
Putting your soul into the work, whatever you do.
Very good. So putting your soul into, dedicatedly into work what you do. Okay. Good point. What else? Keep your place. Keep your place holy. Very nice. Yes, environment should be holy, because cleanliness is next to holiness, godliness, we say, right? So environment has to. Very good point. Thank you, Mataji. What else?
Spirituality.
Sorry?
Spirituality.
Spirituality. Yes. So spirituality in what sense? What you have to do for that? Yes. ऐसे ही फ्री में हाथ उठाइए, बोलिए हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. वेरी नाइस. सो सी, फॉर्मूला तो आपको समझ में आ गया. अब क्या करना है? अब ये जो अगला 7 सेशन जो बचा हुआ है, ये मेहनत है अमल करने के लिए, टू फॉलो इट, राइट. फॉर्मूला वी नो, एंड दिस एंटायर सेटअप एंड स्टेप बाय स्टेप वी आर डूइंग सो दैट वी गेट रेडी टू फॉलो एट सम लेवल, एंड देन यू विल फील सम सॉर्ट ऑफ अ ब्लिस. बट लाइफ इज अ जर्नी. डोंट थिंक दैट, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, जैसे हैट से रैबिट निकला तो इसी तरह ये 3 सेशन करेंगे आप प्योर डिवोटी बन जाएंगे. नहीं, बट शुरुआत हो जाएगी, एंड स्टार्टिंग जर्नी इज हाफ बैटल वन. ऑल राइट. सो एज यू सेड, एसोसिएशन, लॉर्ड का एसोसिएशन होना जरूरी है. सो घर में पिक्चर, डीटीज होने जरूरी हैं, है ना. यहाँ पे जैसे दिख रहे हैं, चैंटिंग मतलब बीट बैक से चैंटिंग करना जरूरी है, एंड देन एसोसिएशन ऑफ डिवोटीज बड़ा जरूरी है. अगर आप सतोगुनी माहौल में नहीं है, if you are not in the association of devotees and you think that all alone by yourself you will be able to do, you will soon fall down. So the power lies in the association of devotees as well. All right. Last but not the least in this Kali Yuga, Prabhu ji, Mata ji, see, आपके जो प्रश्न आते हैं ना हमें, it's a very nice questions, but we have a very shallow level answers for that, है ना. अगर मैं पूछ दूंगा कि भागवत गीता से आप क्या आज तक, बचपन से लेकर आज तक समझे हैं 20 साल में, इफ somebody has not read it, they will say what? कर्म करते जाओ, फल की चिंता मत करो, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन. क्यों? क्योंकि महाभारत में सुने थे, इतना सुने कि याद हो गया है, बस वही है. तो एक्चुअली इट्स सच अ शेम कि हमारा ग्रंथ है गीता है, इट्स लाइक हमारा बेस है, हम उनको कभी उठा के पढ़े ही नहीं, है ना. और पढ़ना भी मुश्किल है, क्योंकि कलयुगा में इफ यू रीड इट, इट्स टफ टू रीड श्लोकास एंड ट्रांसलेशन, यू वोंट गेट इट. इट विल हैव OHT. व्हाट इज OHT? हाँ, यस, ओवरहेड ट्रांसमिशन, ऊपर से निकल जाएगा, क्योंकि गीता समझ में नहीं आती है. दैट इज व्हाई श्रील प्रभुपाद हैज मेड गीता सो सिंपल. श्लोका, परपोर्ट, एंड उसका सिंपल लैंग्वेज में, इंग्लिश में या उड़िया में या तमिल में या तेलुगु में या मलयालम में या पंजाबी में, आप किसी भी लैंग्वेज का नाम लीजिए, उसमें ट्रांसलेटेड है हम सब के लिए. It's translated. So what we have to do while we are actually doing all this puja part, chanting and all, reading is very important. You have to be a reader. You read only one shloka also if you are not an avid reader. You read only one set of meanings also, but read. Even though you are bored, still you read. Why? Because those are transcendental words coming from Srila Prabhupada. It's like you get sick, right? You get fever. Doctor says that have this medicine. If you don't have it, what will happen? You will remain sick. And you have it, then it will come down. But when you pop the tablet Prabhuji in, do you feel anything? Gulp inside. कुछ हुआ? तो फिर क्यों खा रहे हैं? फील नहीं हो रहा है. अंदर से कुछ मतलब वो होता है ना, कुछ मशीन चलना चाहिए ना, और मैं ठीक हो गया. पॉप किया, अचानक ठीक हो गया एक दिन. हाउ कम? व्हाट्स दैट मैजिक? You are not in control of that tab. Your qualification was you took that tab, and tab did the magic. Even though you were not directly, you didn't feel it. So Gita, Prabhuji Mataji, when you read shlokas and translation, it's like a tab. You won't feel it. Sometimes if आपकी स्वीकृति बहुत अच्छी है पूर्व जन्म की, then you will immediately connect. रोम खड़े हो जाएंगे, आंख से अश्रु निकलने लगेंगे, माथा कल्पित हो जाएगा, लगेगा कि वो क्या मिल गया है, आज तक मैं यही तो ढूंढ रहा था. और कोई को कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ेगा. प्रभु जी पढ़ रहा हूँ लेकिन बोरिंग है प्रभु जी, इससे अच्छा तो मैं थोड़ा सा एक मैगजीन भी रहे, गीता भी रहे, तो बैलेंस है लाइफ में. यू नो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग? यू नो, नहीं, टैबलेट है प्रभु जी माता जी, खाते जाइए. बोर भी होते हैं, मन नहीं भी लगता है. ये आप सॉफ्टवेयर में देखें ना, वर्जन 1, वर्जन 2, वर्जन 3 है. गीता का वर्जन होता है क्या? एक वर्जन है जो 5500 साल पहले कृष्ण बोले थे, वो चल रहा है. ट्रांसीडेंटल है. अर्जुन को पूरा समझ में आ गया, तो हमें क्या, हम क्या चीज़. तो बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है कि प्रभुपाद के बुक्स को हम पढ़ें. और कभी कभी मोटी बुक्स नहीं पढ़ पाते, पतली पतली बुक्स हैं, जिसको भागवत गीता से, श्रीमद् भागवत से थोड़ा थोड़ा अध्याय निकाल के छोटे छोटे बुक्स में इट हैज बीन कन्वर्टेड. यू कैन बाय दोज बुक्स 50 रुपीज, 100 रुपीज. क्वेश्चन आंसर बुक्स आर देयर. आपके सारी जो अंदर की जो ये क्यों है, सारे क्वेश्चन प्रभुपाद आंसर दे देते हैं. एंड ऑल द ISKCON devotees who have progressed and who have progressed from arsh to farsh, their qualification is they have read Srila Prabhupada book. Along with that they have chanted, along with that holy house, along with that association. ये सारा जो ABCD है ना, ABCD क्या है? A for association, B for book reading, C for chanting, and D for diet. Not prasadam, diet prasadam. थोड़ा पचा, शरीर को भी उतना ही खिलाइए जितना शरीर पचा सके. So these 4 things you follow, your life will be set. Your life will be set. But only thing is, ABCD के पीछे बहुत सारी बीच में बाधाएं आएंगी, है ना. तो उसी के लिए एसोसिएशन और ये सेशंस बहुत जरूरी हैं. हरे कृष्णा. Let's move on. So we talked about attachment already, Prabhuji Mataji, and today we will move to cause of suffering is attitude of comparison and committing the wrong acts. ठीक है. All right. So attachment to temporary things. Quickly we know now that what is soul, what is gross body, what is subtle body, है ना. उस पर काफी विश्लेषण में डिस्कशन हुआ था. इट्स अ रिकैप. एंड वी नो दैट एंड में बॉडी क्या बन जाता है? बॉडी बिकम्स नरकंकाल. टिंग टिंग, है ना. It's interesting that most of the people who come here to Krishna consciousness, or people who first time come here to hear, I think 99% people are hurt somewhere in their life. दुनिया के सताए हुए हैं, fortunately, unfortunately, right? 1% हैं जो inquisitive होते हैं, जानना चाहते who am I, from where have I come, where I will go from here. लेकिन 99% दुनिया के सताए हुए हैं. अर्जुन भी सताए हुए थे ना, वरना वो तो आते ही नहीं, फिर कुरुक्षेत्र होता नहीं, गीता फिर पाठ होता ही नहीं. तो दैट इज देयर. लेकिन जब इंसान की मृत्यु होती है, कभी कभी होता है जैसे एक बेटे को अपने पिता का के दाह संस्कार के बाद उनकी हड्डियों को उठाना पड़ता है, यू नो, कलश में. सच अ पेन. सम ऑफ अस हैव गॉन थ्रू दैट ऑलरेडी. सच अ पेन. एंड में जब वो हार्ट मांस का शरीर हड्डी बन जाता है, तब ना जब वो आप दुख देखते हो सामने, तब आपको झटका लगता है, तब आपको लगता है इट्स ओके नॉट टू गेट प्रमोटेड फॉर 2 years. ये है क्या? ये मेरे इतने प्रिय परिजन कहाँ चले गए, why this happened, why they have become bones. It's a kind of a shock. If you are not knowledgeable, if you are not knowing about Bhagavad Gita, if you don't know about bhakti, then it comes as a shock to you, because we are not at all prepared for this. We prepare, insurance रखते हैं in case of आपातकालीन स्थिति, something should go wrong, but we are not prepared for it. We all know it. We buy houses, we buy cars, we buy a lot of stuff, but we don't prepare for death, right? And if unnatural death happens, worse. If natural death happens, still worse. Why? Because we feel that that person should have stayed always with us. So it is not a hobby, or it's not like, hey, let's come here and listen and go. This is the medicine, Prabhuji, Mataji, for Kali Yuga. You have to hear, you have to understand, you have to imbibe, you have to adopt. Why? Because death is inevitable. And Corona has taught us a lot of stuff already. अगर अभी भी मोटी बुद्धि में नहीं आ रहा है तो फिर हरे कृष्णा, है ना? So, and we know that body is nothing but just like cloth, जो कि आज ये पहने कल कुछ और पहनेंगे. And it's also mapped to car, which is also like the main thing is driver of the car. अगर बिना ड्राइवर के कार चलेगा नहीं चलेगा, तो बिना सोल के भी बॉडी नहीं चल सकती है, चेतना नहीं आ सकता है. That is important. And we know how the reincarnation happens, right? We talked about it using Dr. Pannalal Agarwal and Mr. Deep. And this is very, very nice way to look at life. So, spoke last time also. We had a queen who was looking at a parrot. The parrot was a singing parrot, and which was in the golden cage. But queen's attachment was to the golden cage. अरे gold का है माता जी, है ना? और पैरट पे ध्यान कम था, तो एवरी डे शी यूज्ड टू कम एंड क्लीन और गेट द केज क्लीन. कर रहे हैं, ध्यान केज पे था, पैरट को खिलाना ही भूल गए. तो अंत में क्या हुआ? पैरट मृत्यु शैया में चले गए, वो इस दुनिया से चले गए, मौत के घाट उतर गए. और क्या क्या होता है, वो हो गया. देन बट दैट वाज नॉट ultimate thing, right? The queen, what she said, she started blaming God. Why me? है ना? ये बड़ा इजी है भगवान को ब्लेम कर देना. हम कुछ ना करें जीवन में, लेकिन कुछ आपदा विपदा है तो God is doing for me. Why me? So moral of the story is, we are wrong in thinking that it's only body which needs care and nourishment. Soul's need must not be neglected. Body का भी ख्याल रखना है. It's not like you through body only you can take care of soul. So important. And Krishna's name and pastime is what will satisfy the soul, है ना? So these analogies, these stories, Prabhuji Mataji, help us to understand the nuances. Else it's very dry. If we just speak philosophy, it becomes very dry and more yawns will happen. क्या होगा? बोर और ज़्यादा yawning होगी. So इसलिए important है कि थोड़े stories भी होने चाहिए. हरे कृष्णा. So all right, so this is again a very important statement we talked about. We are not human beings with spiritual experience. We associate ourselves with body. We think we are human beings who are getting spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings who is getting such a massive, powerful statement. ये अगर आप समझ जाए ना, और ये आप अगर absorb कर ले, तो फिर you will get detached to all the pains and sufferings of the world. Why me? Important. Moving forward, now we come to the real topic for today. Cause of suffering, attitude of comparison. आप में से कितने लोग को प्रॉब्लम है कंपैरिजन करने का, तुलना करने का? सभी को है. If somebody says कि मुझे नहीं है, then आप तो मैं दंडवत करके मैं आपके शरण में आना चाहूँगा. आप मेरे गुरु हो जाएं फिर, क्योंकि मुझ में तो कूट कूट के है ना. So cause of suffering, attitude of comparison. ये बच्चे को आप देख रहे हैं, बच्चों में कितना होता है, उसके घर में वो वाला टॉय है, मेरे घर में मुझे चाहिए. मेरे को तो माँ बाप का जीना हराम करके रख देते हैं. I saw one, I think few days back, there was a balloon wala who had a lot of balloons, and then mother and 3-year-old kid was there. So kid said that, mother said that, okay, which balloon you need? And he said, I need 4 vehicles, I need 5 balloons, I need this gun also, this also. Mother said, no, you have to choose. एंड देन पूरा वो दंडवत कर दिया अपने आप को रोड पे, मतलब है आई स्टॉप ने, भाई साहब क्या हुआ आपको, नथिंग डूइंग, एंड देन वो डर के मारे फिर मदर के गोद में चला गया, हु इज दिस स्ट्रेंजर. सो किड्स आर एक्चुअली एक बार जिद पे आ जाता है, वाई, बिकॉज हिज नेबर चाइल्ड हैज ऑल दिस स्टफ. कंपेयर, तो बचपन से ही यू नो दैट कंपैरिजन स्टार्ट्स, वो हमारे मन में आ जाता है, और दुनिया तो हमें छोड़ती भी नहीं है, बिकॉज ऑल दिस कॉम्पिटिशन एंड ऑल वी डू, इट क्रिएट्स नेगेटिव traits in us to do more competition. So let's talk about a story. You know who is she? Kali Ma. So once what happened, one person was actually worshipping Lord goddess Kali Ma. तो काली माँ आ गई, अवतरित हो गई. She came up and she said, मांगो क्या मांगते हो. And then she understood his mind. और बोले कि ओके तुम जो चाहते हो वो तुमको होगा, whatever you want you will get it. Then he, you know, the moment you hear that, you get like super excited. And after that she said another statement he couldn't hear only, and he was all excited, yes, okay, thank you, and then he was done. And then he went back to his home, and then he said that okay fine, so I need one car. So he got one car, but actually he observed in his neighborhood the other person got two cars. Then he said that okay I need one refrigerator. Then out again neighborhood, two refrigerator. Okay, like what's wrong here, I am asking something, that bugger is getting more, this is not fair. Then he got very jealous and envious, and then he actually, you know, the second line what Kali Ma had said which he couldn't hear, कि जो तुमको मिलेगा उसका डबल तुम्हारे बगल वाले को मिलेगा. वो सुना नहीं. Sometimes we have a good listening skills, na? We don't hear and we jump the gun. So in the end he was so angry from inside that he said that okay fine, अभी बताता हूँ. So मेरी एक आँख फूट जाए, बगल वाली की दोनों आँख फूट गई. So the point is that in order to make yourself, you know, satisfied, अपना नुकसान कर देते हैं because of that comparison mode. So that is something which actually can be cause of suffering. He started on good note, but in the end he became Kana, not Kanha, Kana, right? एक आँख से काना हो गया. हाँ, so as he said, because ये जो बगल वाले के घर में क्या हो रहा है, right? उसके घर में कितना पैसा आया, उसके घर में कितनी सुंदर वाइफ आई, उसके घर में कितने अच्छे दोस्त आए, how many nice friends, wife, this, that and all that stuff. We keep, I mean, God has given so much to us, but we kind of make our life miserable thinking about us. For example, in corporate world also, how many of you are doing job, raise hand? Why you will come to Bangalore otherwise, isn't it? I mean, yeah. So if we are working very hard and we are getting progress, we are getting, you know, salary hike, we are getting promotion, घर का चल रहा है, future भी secured हो रहा है ना, other two guys are getting better promotion than me, right? Other guys are like not working more but he is getting, so that is making us very unhappy. रातों की नींद हराम हो जाती है. Suffering, we compared. Who knows what that person is all about? The upper leadership is not a fool to promote them, right? And not you. Do you think they are fools? They have something in mind, mostly 99%. 1% maybe aberrations are there, but no. Huh? They are biased for some reason, because in the end they think the productivity will be better with them than you, right? So, but whatever. Point is, like, we could be happy because we are also getting promoted and salary is coming, no, but we want to make ourselves in anxiety because we are comparing. All right. So this is a very nice set of pictures, and let's read through. One person is in the wheelchair, Prabhuji Mataji, right? And he looks at the person walking on the road. What he says? I wonder why is that guy so unhappy? Maybe he is on his way to a job which he doesn't like, but at least he can go anywhere he wants because he has two legs. So this person is suffering. Which you think is right? कि दो पैर होने चाहिए. चलो ठीक है, ये scene makes little sense. Same guy who was walking, actually seeing somebody on bicycle. What he thinks? I missed the bus again, yaar. How I have to go to on foot now? That guy, I wish I had a bicycle. Then I would have been in great shape. I would have reached my destination faster. सो उसमें ये बेचारे को एंग्जाइटी हो रहा है. नाउ लेट्स सी व्हाट बाइसाइकिल गाय इज थिंकिंग. Bicycle guy thinks, well, the bicycle is cool, of course, but imagine breathing in the exhaust fumes every day in Bangalore traffic, right? He must have come to work covered in sweat. And why? And what does he do if it's raining? Right? You know all the bikers and bike wallahs. Now, if it rains, then thankfully today we have metro bridge. Now you see a lot of people below metro bridge when it rains. So that is not that government supported for that, but automatically these guys are getting benefited. So now he's saying like, I wish I had a car which was nice and cozy. Compare. ठीक ही है. Bells are ringing. जिनके पास bicycle bike था car चाहिए. Okay, let's move ahead. Now the guy who has car which is like second hand car purchased on low, he looked at another car. That is air conditioned, automatic steering, everything is going great. 100 km प्रति घंटा की रफ्तार से चलती है. यार, what man, you buy a car and buy something like this. Air conditioner at least, dude, what are you doing? So this guy is again looking at other guy only. Now what is the blue car guy thinking? Should be okay ना till this point. हो गया ना, AC car मिल गया ना. ऐसे कैसे? अभी तो और कंपैरिजन करना है. I need a powerful horse engine, dude. You know, guzzler type of vehicle. Then only it will make sense. Else जिंदगी का मजा क्या है? So this guy is saying my car is small, the other car is so big and nice. I don't know if it's BMW or what is this symbolizing. But now again he is like suffering that उसका कार इतना बढ़िया है, मेरा कार इतना छोटा है ना? अब देखते हैं लाल कार वाले क्या सोचते हैं. What the red car driver thinks. That's not a car, that's a work of art. Whew. I will never earn enough to drive a car like that. Maybe it's a Ferrari or Lamborghini or whatever. Lamborghini it is, huh? Okay. You want to buy one day? So see, शुरुआत हुई छोटे से, मतलब differently abled person to walker to bicycle, went to the big car. In the end again became small car only. I don't know what we want actually in life, isn't it? क्या चाहिए we don't know. So we are never happy with our current situation. Never happy with our, but you can also counter saying that, nahi Prabhuji, if we are contented then how we will progress in life? We have to keep progressing in life. But Bhagavad Gita clearly distinguishes what is progress and what is actually greed. है ना? Need versus greed. अरे कुछ दूसरों के लिए भी छोड़ दीजिए, सब अपने ही पास रख लेंगे क्या? आपको एक घर में एक फ्लैट मिला है रहने के लिए बैंगलोर में, आपने खरीद लिया है, वो सब तो ठीक है प्रभु जी, बट यू नो आई डोंट नो व्हेन जॉब विल कम एंड गो, बेटर टू हैव अ रेंटल फ्लैट आल्सो सो दैट एटलीस्ट फॉर रेंट आई कैन गेट नाउ फॉर फ्री. सो आई एम सेविंग मनी फॉर दैट आल्सो. रिमेंबर दोस कॉलेज डेज व्हेन यू डिडंट हैव जॉब इन हैंड एंड जॉब थॉट लगा जॉब आई गेट देन दैट्स इट. मैं तो लाइफ में एक वाइफ आ जाए, जॉब आ जाए, सब कुछ पे मजे आ जाए लाइफ के, लेकिन फिर वहां से प्रॉब्लम और मल्टीफोल्ड हो जाता है. सो सफरिंग कंपैरिजन. Oh, I thought it's ending. The Lamborghini guy is thinking कि यार ये Bangalore traffic में anyways I have Bangalore Lamborghini also still I am suffering. I want a helicopter यार and helipad on my top of my apartment buddy. If I have that then only I will be happy. नहीं तो ऐसे कैसे यार, जिंदगी के मजे फिर नहीं आएंगे. And guess what? Now, next slide doesn't say this by the way, but you got the helicopter in malfunction and it crashed. Right, so better that bicycle guy was better or the walker was better on the footpath then. So we have to be contented, and the next set of details are towards that how we can be contented that way. So Prabhuji Mataji, when those thoughts are coming, what is the reason behind it? Enviousness and jealousy. And envy is actually inner dark tendency which makes us miserable at other success. दूसरों के सक्सेस से मैं जल कुकड़े हो गए, मतलब हाउ कुड दैट पर्सन, यू नो दैट नेबर, आंख फोड़ देना. दुर्योधना माइंडसेट. यू नो व्हाट दुर्योधना's प्रॉब्लम वाज, राइट? ही कुड हैव इजीली बी हैप्पी विद पांडवास, उनको भी रहता, इनके पास भी रहता, सो मच हस्तिनापुर हैड, बट नो. आई रिमेंबर in my childhood when I used to see Mahabharata, no, then I had this habit of mimicking all these celebrities. So I used to mimic Duryodhan and Bhishma Pitama. So it was more like, and you will probably, how many have seen Mahabharata? Raise hand. Then you will associate. Here it comes. So it's like दुर्योधन will like, पिताश्री ये जो हो रहा है ये गलत है, ये हो नहीं सकता. And धृतराज is like, ये क्या हो रहा है पुत्र, ये क्या हो रहा है? And भीष्म पितामह is like, पुत्र तुम ये जो कर रहे हो ये ठीक नहीं है, ये ठीक नहीं, अभी भी सुधर जाओ, वक्त है पुत्र. पिता आप चुप रहे, आपको यहाँ बोलने की कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है. शाबाश भांजे. रिमेंबर ऑल दो स्टफ. शकुनी. सो दुर्योधन had such an enviousness. एक सुई के नोक के बराबर भी जमीन पांडव को ना दूं मैं. साक्षात कृष्णा उनके सामने आ गए. लॉर्ड appeared in front of दुर्योधन. ना इधर उसको भगवान दिखे ना एक सुई. कैन यू इमेजिन, कैन यू डू दैट टू एनीबॉडी? सच काइंड ऑफ एनिमोसिटी. किल पांडवास. नॉट किल नहीं करना है उनको, रगड़ रगड़ के मारना है. ऐसा मारना है कि कभी जिंदगी में उठ ही नहीं पाए. मतलब जलन कहां तक जा सकता है इंसान के. सो डेंजरस. So envy targets the envied as seen in how the envious Duryodhana target the Pandavas, right? And what is jealousy? I want something that others have. So enviousness is worse than jealousy. Both are bad, but at least envious jealousy में आप दूसरों का बुरा नहीं चाहते हैं. In jealousy, okay, you have, I also want that. But in enviousness, you have, you should not have that. Right? I should pull you down to go up in the ladder. That is called progress, and that is called jealousy also. Sorry, enviousness. All right, so now let's, all these things which we spoke, it has to do with Bhagavad Gita shloka. ऐसा नहीं कि यहाँ बैठ के हम लोग फंडे मार रहे हैं, है ना? Bhagavad Gita shloka is the base. So everything is associated with that, and we will show how it is. So let's look at this. So we have Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Now, by the way, quickly, because I didn't say this before. So Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks, right? In Bhagavad Gita. And Srimad Bhagavatam is about Krishna. Bhagavad Gita has how many shlokas? Anybody knows? 700. Srimad Bhagavatam has how many shlokas? 18,000. And there are like 12 cantos. मोटे मोटे books होते हैं श्रीमद् भागवतम के, यहाँ पे होंगे. And if you read every day 1 hour Srimad Bhagavatam, then you will take 3 years to complete 18,000 shlokas. Right? And if you delay that, you can't even read 1 chapter properly because old age will come and then बेटा आके पढ़ दोगे मेरे लिए? नहीं डैड, आई एम ऑन इंस्टाग्राम, लेटर प्लीज. बेटर है कि अभी से ही पढ़ना शुरू कर दें, है ना? इसलिए प्रभुपाद की बुक खरीदनी जरूरी है. हरे कृष्णा. As it is. So it's okay. Very good question. See, we have a lot of versions of Bhagavad Gita in the market, and sometimes we get very emotional. Why Bhagavad Gita? So let's purchase. लेकिन कभी-कभी क्या होता है कि there is a difference between the cover of the book and the inside of the book, right? Because it's not authentic in nature. Yes, because shloka will be same, but translation will be different. It will be like suddenly they will explain at body level. They will misguide you, and you think it's Bhagavad Gita, so it's okay. And हम इतने इमोशनल होते हैं कि हम उससे आगे ज़्यादा सोचते नहीं, पाप हो जाएगा. So प्रभुपाद ने क्या किया ना, भागवत गीता यथारूप, भागवत गीता as it is, because it emphasized on the line as it is. जैसा है वैसा ही प्रस्तुत किया है, nothing adulterated, कुछ मिलावट नहीं. That's why it's important to read books which comes in परंपरा, है ना? Just don't read book which is out there in the market without head and tail. You also want to study, you want to read from some authentic writers. Can't just read from somebody who is just walking on the road, right? So as it is, Mataji. Thank you for asking that question. Yes, उसमें शिला प्रभुपाद का अगर है, आप देख लीजिए, लंबा सा साइन होगा फ्रंट पेज में, तो वही है. और बेटर देन आप यहाँ से आप ले सकती हैं. रूपांतर भी सेम ही है. वन इज इन इंग्लिश, वन इज इन हिंदी. नो डिफरेंस. So like many languages you can purchase. All right. So repeat after me this shloka. Swadharmacharanam saktya vidharmach nanivartanam daiva labdhena santosha atmavik charanacharam. So one should execute his prescribed duties to the best of his ability and avoid performing duties not allotted to him. One should be satisfied with as much gain as he achieves by the grace of Lord, and one should worship the lotus feet of spiritual master. Let's dissect this shloka importantly. So it says one should execute his prescribed duties to the best of his ability according to one's nature. आपका जो नेचर है उसके अनुसार you should be following your duties and be true to do something which is not according to our nature. We are not satisfied. If it's not in our nature, we are trying to force ourselves on it, we will be unhappy, and we'll double click more on that. It's a little philosophy. All of us know sheep mentality. Oh, today IT is the famous one, so all of us become IT engineer. कुछ तो कर ही लेंगे because money is more there, है ना? और फिर होता क्या है फिर? You become IT engineer. Money comes in the bank 1 month, 2 months, you feel happy, and then you start getting bored in office. Why? Because your nature was not to become IT engineer. It's a forcing function of the society which made you become IT engineer or any other roles, right? So then the struggle starts because you are not the best of the best, right? You are catching up. Hence suffering. So the sheep mentality is like, the first sheep goes and others follow. तो वो sheep जब गड्ढे में गिरता है तो बाकी सारे sheep भी गिर जाते हैं. So that is the mindset we have. So that's what in office we have to be careful with. That sometimes we should not be copying others because everybody's nature is different. And so we should be at our own self, be it at house or be it at office. And see, in my childhood in history books we had read this, right? So we had like different varnas and ashramas. So varnas were like Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. तो हम लोग क्या बोलते थे? At least before I read Srila Prabhupada's book, Shudra means untouchable. Such a sad state of affair. I mean, ill knowledge हम लोग को कहाँ से कहाँ गिरा देता है. Where we fall, we don't know. And let me give double click information here, Prabhuji Mataji. None of the class here is wrong or right. Alright? Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. In next session, we will double click more. We'll read more about it. Brahman means what? I am actually here to give knowledge. I am not interested in your wealth. I am not interested in family. I am just here to guide the society. That is called head of the body, Brahmana. And Brahmana doesn't come by birth. It comes by karma, by qualification. Kshatriya, who actually protects the territory. Their nature is Kshatriya, ki I have to protect. Vaishya, who actually does business. उनका nature है कि मुझे business करना है, trades करने हैं. And Shudra is actually servicing the other classes. Now, if you in those yugas, if you tell Shudra that अरे यार तुम शूद्र हो, क्या बात कर रहे हो? चल तुम्हें ब्राह्मण बना देते हैं. आज के डेट में कलयुगा में क्या? हाँ कैसे? बताइए. I want to become Brahman. Today it's worse. I'll tell you the other side also. But that time, if you tell a Shudra to become a other class, he will be feeling very offended. Because in his mind he thinks that this is how my nature is and this is how Krishna has told me to follow. If I deviate, then my fall down will happen. I will go from human form to some other form in my next birth. So I have to serve. And that is my nature. So हीन दृष्टि नहीं है वहाँ पे. A Shudra is well respected, a Brahmana is well respected, a Kshatriya is well respected, a Vaishya is well respected. But as the Kali Yuga has progressed, we have created casteism around this. Chota caste, bada caste, voting system around that. Even it has become so worse. Now people want to become scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. Why? So some people are from other castes, they are changing in the childhood only. I have stories which my friends tell. So now it is like, in order to earn and in order to make money, anything we can do under the sky. There is no roots to it, no branches to it, anything. And that is the ominous sign of Kali Yuga.
So
Right.
basically it was based on karma earlier.
Absolutely, Mataji.
Not caste or
Yes.
And we created based on karma, we just named it to the caste.
Caste and later on as the life force. Yes, but
Prabhuji,
yes.
I think this was even there when the Krishna's youth was going on, right?
Yes.
Example was Karna, because even though he was Kshatriya, but because of him getting born in the Shudra family, he was treated as a Shudra by even Pandavas.
Yes.
Who themselves were pious, but they still. So it was not in Kali Yuga, but it was still there in that Yuga as well.
So in
After Ram's Yuga.
yes. So Satyuga, Dwapar, Treta, it was there, as you said, Prabhuji. But in Kali Yuga, it has disintegrated as the years are passing by. That is true. But Krishna was there, na, that time. So it was still.
He couldn't solve that problem.
So Karna's case was also, again, it will lead to another session. Again, Purva Janma and all. Karna, we get associated a lot. Oh, rising from the ashes, Karna. But again, in the end, he was not a great example. You know what he told Draupadi, right? In that.
Yeah. It's not a great example, but
Yeah.
it started from there itself.
Yes. So that time also it was there. You are right. So that distinction was there. So
Karna was under the influence of his friend Duryodhana, correct?
association, bad association. Yes.
Got polluted. Otherwise, he was knowledgeable and he had all kinds of caliber like Pandavas had. And
Yes.
somewhere he was, when he come to know that they are the brothers, but still he chose to die because he felt like that Yudhishthira should get his power.
Yes.
But I also, sorry for taking a bit of time, but I came across this incident, like I read it, where Krishna ji is telling Karna in his end time that he, allowed him to be that way because he wanted to set a good example for the society, like Parshurama, because he was also very petrified and he did not had a very good childhood and he was, boycotted from the society, and he set a good example for the society. So he told Karna that you could have been that way, but you chose pride, you chose materialistic world. So that is why, you suffered.
True, Mataji. And little we are digressing, but see, in Karna's case also, even before Duryodhana also, he was always a cribber. Right? That why me, why this, is always cribbing. I was a great Dhanudhara, but this, that. If he had Krishna in the center, he would have had a surrendering attitude. For example, Pandavas went through so much of pain and they could have easily cribbed that why us, like Karna, but they didn't do that. They were always surrendered to Krishna. But Karna was not, even Krishna was in front of Karna, he was not seeing that. So even though some parts of us can be pious or mode of goodness because he used to do dan, sone ka dan and all. So we all have that part also, right? That morning we are very good and nice, and in the night we become something else. That doesn't mean that person is nice because you just look at the morning part of it. You have to take whole package. That is called purity. And Pandava, you take night, morning, anytime, they were pure devotees, right? Because they're always thinking of Krishna. Jo Krishna bol diye, wahi karna hai. Total surrender to Krishna. So that is important. But anyway, that's a big topic. But so coming back again, so we should work according to our nature. And then that is Swadharma Charanam. And in Shloka it says Satya, which is one should work according to its capacity. If you see in today's society, we have like crazy, lazy, inferiority complex, overconfident people. Who are crazy people? That person is able to do, why I am not able to do. Sometimes we think that we can do everything, or sometimes we think that, ye bhi karna hai, wo bhi karna hai. Lazy people, he or she is able to do, why should I do? In your team you will find those kind of people also. अरे क्यों खुजली करना है यार जब दूसरे मेरे बॉडी को खुजला रहे हैं तो इट्स ओके ना बिग डील inferiority complex looking at some other person doing caving in thinking I cannot do it, that person is doing so well that I cannot do this, so I am not going to even get into it. Inferiority complex, even though you might be capable. And overconfident people, hey macha, I can do anything, give me na, you want me to go to moon, I'll go to moon also. Wow, super confidence. So the nature in our society is a bit adulterated today. Hence, suffering also comes because of that. So look at this. All of us want to become manager, na? IT engineer हो गया तो manager बनना है. मतलब, really? You think all of us want to? Because sir, Prabhuji, that is the only path, na? Become manager. Yeah. Again, if you are not, your nature is not that way to do people management, to do product management, to take all the beatings from up and down both ways. Thankless job. If you don't have that skin, then you will actually kill the team working with you. They will suffer under you. Suffering. They will also suffer and you to suffer definitely. So you should know what is your nature like, right? want to be product manager, architect, manager, what else is there, security engineer, tester. So do something which you are good at. Don't do something which you are not good at and you are trying to adjust with it. Also, I want to become a startup because in Bangalore it's known for unicorns and also, man, I also want to do something. That is your motivation. Then startup will fizzle out. Money will get spoiled. And today, a lot of us have this fantasy of becoming YouTubers, bloggers. प्रभु जी एक कैमरा एक बैकग्राउंड हो जाए तो मैं भी I can also do, I also want to speak and talk. And then they become YouTuber and see, and the way when they open the mouth, I think if number of likes would have to gone to minus, it would have gone to minus also. Not meant to be jabarasti ka. Why? Because she is doing it, he is doing it. I can also do it because I have a camera. So we have to be careful. So what it says is that do not aspire to do others' duty, do not copy. Very important, Mataji Prabhuji, do not copy. है ना? It will lead to suffering. So Daival Labdhena Santosha. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, again it is quoted that, and it says that if I do not get anything, I am patient and unagitated like a bumblebee who continues to do hard work, it's a spell mistake, or python who lies down in this way for many days. If you see bumblebee, have you seen the example? वो लोग मेहनत करते हैं and they collect all the honeys and put in the beehive, and then the honeycomber comes and takes it away. What bumblebee does? On to the next work. क्या वो लोग बैठ करके शोक संताप करते हैं अब जीने का क्या मतलब है? Oof, it's such a sad state of affair, guys. Let's commit suicide. I did all the hard work to collect honey and that bugger came and took away from me. Why me? Suffering. Commit suicide. Does bumblebee do that? Never does that. छोटा सा bumblebee, यहाँ पे picture है. He has such a kind of a clarity. We don't have. We get disappointed. And python, he is sitting at one place, okay? He is not overexerting himself. He knows one day I'll get my food. I'll do what I have to do. I don't have to run pillar to post, right? And finally he gets his food. So Krishna has given the nature to everybody, capacity to everybody to perform. But we unnecessarily get in anxiety to overperform, and in that we perish. And what is the danger of that? Health spoil कर लेते हैं, relationship spoil कर लेते हैं. मतलब, I mean, you have got a job, you are doing well, and then you take more anxiety, and then you are not talking to husband properly, wife properly. You are scolding children, and you got money in the bank also. What is the use then? And then you, yes, Prabhuji.
But this question is again compared to all this happening with animals, insects, they have limited intelligence, limited knowledge, and they are programmed to do certain things. How justified it is to compare us with them?
Good question, Prabhuji. So we use the word programmed to do, right? And humans are not programmed to do. We are very intelligent. We think that way. See, actually, in the end, all of us are part and parcel of Krishna, right? Because see, we are not in their shoes. We think they are programmed to do. If you look at the ant's life, it's highly complex life, highly disciplined life compared to our life. The way queen bee lives versus all the bees live, how they support the queen bee, guard her and all that. It's not just programmed. This computer word is interesting, programmed. It is actually in their own capacity, they are very disciplined. So see, when Krishna is through beings also, any being, butterfly or any animals or human beings or anybody, if you look, actually in every possible being we can learn, Prabhuji, right? And that's how Krishna has cultivated them. It's not about ki they are smaller in stature, they have only limited knowledge, so hence they are only doing this. It's actually, if we are so intelligent, then we should have had combination of all those disciplines in us. But we are worse of this species, right? At least they are programmed, tailored, then they don't slip. They do day in and day out. What we do with our intelligence? Because we are intelligent, we have become the controller of ourselves. Instead of let Krishna being the controller. And then what happens? We think we are God or equal to God. Till problem hits us, then we look at God. Jab the problem doesn't hit, we are God. And I can control, I can do things. And the moment pain comes, Krishna, aap kahan hai? Where is Krishna? Why me? Why me? So the point is that we should have been better. And we can be better provided we do bhakti. The medium is bhakti. Through that we can actually become the best of the species, genuinely. Right now we are worst of the species. We are kind of polluting this planet so much. Tell me which other species does that, the way we are polluting this planet. It's pathetic, horrible. We are like, Mother Nature will be so sad looking at how we treat this planet. And it's Krishna's blessing, right? None of the other beings do that. They are very happy with their own way of living. If you would have followed that way, this planet would have been much happier space, but not to be. Alright, so quickly in summary, Prabhuji Mataji, perform your duty, work to your maximum capacity, do not aspire to do others' duty. Duty is meant for satisfaction of mind, not to prove anything to this world. है ना? And be satisfied with whatever result you achieve. Do a lot of hard work, no doubt about it. I am not saying that, oh, bhakti kar lijiye, पूरा दिन भक्ति घर में बैठ जाइए. You have to be a grihastha, you have to follow your duties, you have to be a good husband, good wife, good children, good mother-in-law, father-in-law, brother-in-law. All those things are important. Do to your fullest capacity, but do not expect in the end that results will be in your favor. You do so much of hard work. You know, these days I see parents, including me and everybody, that we want our children to become something. 6th class से मैं IIT में डाल देते हैं कोचिंग में. I mean, बचपन छीन लेते हैं हम लोग because so much pressure outside. And we want results from them. And constantly we keep bombarding their mind. IIT, NEET, IIT, NEET or something else. Bum, we are bombarding. Even though they are not child prodigy, they are not gifted, their nature is not inclined that way. Their nature must be in painting, their nature must be inclined to something else. What? Where is the opportunity in painting? Hello? Have you gone nuts? Engineering, so many opportunities. Focus on engineering. Push yourself towards that. It's our fear. And of course, all the other things play. But point is, maybe momentary victory comes through donation, say college mein dal diya and all that stuff. But in that person will struggle if the nature is not inclined to that job. When the time will come when he or she will be in control of their life, he will resign from that stream and look for better things to do. Right? Why you will struggle where you are failing? You will better resign. Na? So again, do something to the best of your ability, but do not look for results. गंधर्व गिधारी की जय, चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय, पंच तत्व की जय, नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. All right. So as you asked in the first session that how we can get peace, if you follow these steps, the peace will come. If you don't follow these steps, then you will be in pieces. You will be in. So choose your peace. Which peace you want. You know? All right. Since again the moment little philosophy starts now, then I see the shoulders will drop, yawning will start. So then the story comes. ताकि फिर से आपको जगा दे. यार मेरे को भी कहानी सुनने बड़ा मजा आता है. So story. 3 characters here: Lord Ram, Lord Hanuman, and one Gilehri, squirrel. So some of you know, some of you don't know. Let's move on to the next slide. Attitude of comparison. So you know that bridge was being made between Sri Lanka and India. Remember Ram Setu bridge. आज भी आप जाओगे तो आपको दिखेगा ये अदालत सबूत मांगती है माय लॉर्ड. तो सबूत है ना, ब्रिज का सबूत है, इंजीनियर्स है ना. वरना ये सब बाय द वे, इफ यू हैव टू टॉक अबाउट रामायण एंड महाभारत, विल यू यूज द वर्ड माइथोलॉजी? वेरी नाइस. And even great people in mode of goodness, they talk great things about Ramayana, and the final they will say it's a great mythology. I'm like, मतलब इसे 99 का सांप लूडो में पूरा मेहनत करके पूरा अच्छे से करके you went to the 99 and then एक लंबा सांप डसा और फिर से नीचे 0 पे आ गया. I mean mythology, you are saying myth, ढकोसला है, कहानी है, मनोहर कहानी है रामायण और महाभारत. What we are speaking? So sometimes we dig our own grave and we dive 2 times, 3 times into it, and telling others that Ramayana, it's for encouragement, it's for inspiration. No, it's a true story, it's a history, as Mataji said. So coming back again, so Hanumanji was very focused. You know, he was the most powerful of the Vanaras. So he was picking up big boulders, okay, and throwing in the ocean to make the bridge. And then here was this one squirrel who was also inspired to do seva for Lord Ram. So वो छोटे-छोटे, you know, गोले गोले बना के डाल रही थी, टिक 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 करके डाल रही थी. गिलहरी को आपने देखा है ना, कितने प्यारे हैं. करके डाले जा रही थी. And then when Hanumanji was so focused, in between that squirrel came. Then he said, excuse me, move aside. I'm doing some very focused, big impact work. Side please. And Sri Ram was watching from far. Then he called both of them. Excuse me, employee A, employee B, please come. Let's have a 2-in-1 meeting. Okay, what is the issue? So by the way, so Ramji very nicely instructed that both of you are doing best to serve me. And according to your capacity, I consider both of you of equal value. See, यहीं पे difference हो जाता है भगवान और इंसान में. आप होते उस प्रोजेक्ट में तो क्या करते? High performer Hanuman, low performer Gilhari. In that 9 blocker, high performance, leadership value and performance. We put below expectation, above expectation, meet expectation. Gilhari below expectation. In front of Ram Sai, both are role models. See, this is the beauty of spirituality. बंगला झांक रहे हैं, सुख ढूंढ रहे हैं, पिताजी में ढूंढ रहे हैं, माताजी में ये मिल जाए. Everybody will discriminate us based on our outcome. If you are giving a good outcome to your wife or husband, good pakwan will come from kitchen. Someday you don't do. पकवान तो दूर की बात है, प्लेट्स धोने पड़ेंगे. Of course, we have dry cleaning plates machines these days. That makes us more lazy, and more fights will happen because all this automated washing machine and dry cleaning. Earlier all these things we used to do manually. At least all of us were busy in house, so झगड़े कम होते थे. अब तो फिर मतलब सब ऑटोमेटेड हो गया, तो लोग बैठ के क्या करेंगे अब? झगड़ा. कलयुगा. So we think it's becoming easy, but it's becoming very difficult mentally. So moral of the story is we put our best effort and never be proud of our service. See, Hanumanji was again an ultimate devotee, but when these stories are told, Prabhuji, Mataji, it's a lesson for us. We should not be, Hanumanji ne aisa soch liya. Hanumanji, ye Prabhuji, how come which shloka, it's a lesson. When leelas happen in the Sanidhya of Lord, it's a lesson for aane wale yugas to follow. Okay, follow the lesson, don't copy them. हनुमान जी ने तो एक बार स्लिप किया था, तो मैं भी. All these things are nonsensical thought process. It's an excuse to not follow the ethics. And then our talent and ability, big or small, Lord sees equal vision. Lord is the most pleased with the love and care we show for him and each other. प्रभु जी, माता जी, love and care. किसी भी डिवोटी से बात करते हैं, आपस में बात करते हैं, love and care is the fundamental aspect of relationship on which bhakti is built. Never ever get angry. Never ever be hard on somebody. Never ever be sarcastic on somebody. Never ever be pinpointing on somebody. Be equal to all. तब आप भगवान का टेंशन गेन करोगे. अनइक्वालिटी दिखाओगे, ये काला है, वो गोरा है, ये पतला है, वो मोटा है, and all that stuff. You are going far and far from the Lord. है ना? That's what this story tells. And if you talk about Lord, bit of more mercy, we say what? The famous shloka in Bhagavad Gita, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prakshati tad aham bhakti upahritam ashnami pratatmana. Which means that Lord says you offer anything with love and devotion. That is a leaf, a flower, and what is that? Fruits or water. Leaf, you may not get good leaf out there. Flower, Prabhuji, flower is also very महंगा. ठीक है, फल तो very expensive. Water, Lord is happy with offering him water also. Bhagavad Gita, Lord is saying this. सोचिए कितने adjustable है, कितने merciful है. But offer to him something, है ना? Now you say, अरे why you need to offer Lord? He everything is his only, na? What's wrong with us? You have like crores of money in the bank. Who has child? Raise hand. Very good. आपने बच्चों को पढ़ाया, इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में मेडिकल कराया. First month salary comes. The child goes to commercial street and buys a nice T-shirt for Prabhuji and nice साड़ी for माता जी. First salary. And Prabhuji करोड़ पैसे आपके पास हर बैंक में आ रहे हैं हर महीने. लेकिन बच्चे का ये छोटा सा गिफ्ट आया, which will give you happiness. Aren't you capable of buying t-shirt yourself? But what happened there?
Love, affection.
जब हमारे मटेरियल लेवल पे इतना ये होता है तो भगवान को कितना अच्छा लगेगा, जो पूरी दुनिया के लिए सब खुल के बांटे जा रहे हैं, उनको हम कुछ नहीं दिखा रहे हैं, कुछ नहीं दे रहे हैं. वी आर नॉट ऑफरिंग एनीथिंग टू हिम. स्टार्ट ऑफरिंग एंड देन यू सी द लव कमिंग, है ना. वी ओनली डिमांड. वी स्टार्ट कमांडिंग ऑल्सो. प्रभु जी, माता जी, दैट्स वेयर दिस ISKCON फैमिली इज देयर ना. वी आर ऑफरिंग, वी आर क्रिएटिंग द स्टेज टू ऑफर टू लॉर्ड, नॉट डिमांडिंग ओनली फ्रॉम लॉर्ड. Important aspect. Another beautiful story is of Vidhur and his wife Vidhurani. So Krishna said that one day you will come to Vidhur's house to have prasadam, है ना. तो अब कृष्णा कभी आए नहीं है विदुर जी के घर. विदुर जी उस वक्त घर में नहीं थे. He was not in the house. His wife was there and Krishna came in. Of course Krishna is Krishna, he knows everything. Then suddenly a lord comes in your house and then what you will feel like? मतलब हाथ कहाँ चलेगा, पैर कहाँ चलेगा, ये कहाँ है, वो कहाँ है. I mean, suddenly you will be puzzled, right? Oh my God, what I should do? I have to do more. I have to do more for the. And in that nervousness, she thought, okay, what I have. So she had bananas to give to Krishna. So she started peeling banana and started serving to Krishna. Banana की जगह peel serve करने लगी. And she was watching Krishna, mantramukt, and giving peels. And Krishna was also watching and taking peels. And then imagine Vidurji entered. एक बार कृष्णा आया and like, hey, what you are doing? Hey, what are you doing? This is a peels banana. क्या हो गया तुमको? Husband, wife, what they will say to each other in that situation, है ना? And then Krishna said, again so merciful, this was really tasty. I really loved it. And before that, Duryodhana had invited him to this palace to give the sumptuous food. He rejected it because वो भाव नहीं था. विधुरानी का, विदुर जी का भाव था. तो कृष्णा what he sees? भाव. He doesn't see कि आप ऑपुलेंट केक सर्व कर रही हैं और प्रभु जी आप ये सपोटा फल सिर्फ सर्व कर रहे हैं, तो इनके यहाँ जाएंगे, उनके यहाँ नहीं जाएंगे. आपके यहाँ शायद आएंगे, उनके यहाँ शायद नहीं आएंगे, क्योंकि आपका भाव अच्छा है. सो दिस इज व्हाट द मॉरल ऑफ द स्टोरी इज. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज डूइंग रॉन्ग, सिंफुल एक्टिविटीज. अब लिटिल बिट ऑफ सीरियसनेस प्रभु जी, माता जी. व्हाट इज दैट? The next scene what you'll hear or see is in your own discretion, viewers discretion, but some sachai, facts of life. Let's go through shloka first. So repeat after me. Dhyato vishayan pumsa sangasteshu prajayate sangas sanjayata kama kamat krodho abhijayate. While contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachment lust develops, and from such lust anger develops. How many of you are IT engineer? Raise hand again. हाथ दुख जाएगा, नीचे कर दीजिए. So let's have a flow chart because all of you are IT engineers. Okay? What to do? Sense objects. This shloka says sense object, which is pizza, yummy, ice cream, chocolatey, yummy. कार, अब तक तो माइंड बना ही लिए होंगे वो पिक्चर्स देखे कि आज सीधे शोरूम से आके अब यहाँ से कार खरीद लेना है. कुछ तो सम लर्निंग शुड बी देयर ना फ्रॉम दिस सेशन. सो लेट्स बाय ए कार. ऑल राइट. सो दीज आर सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट्स. सो इमेजिन वी आर इंक्लाइंड टू सम ऑब्जेक्ट और द अदर, है ना. व्हाट हैपेंस इफ यू आर इंक्लाइंड? वी कंटेम्पलेट how to get it, कैसे मिलेगा मुझे ये, no, how to get it. And then with that what happens? If you see, shloka is telling attachment happens. You get attached to it. Nothing wrong. यहाँ तक ठीक है, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? It's okay. Then what shloka says next is problem is attachment is not constant. It increases day by day if it's not coming to you. And when it increases, what happens? लस्ट डेवलप्स, है ना. वो जैसे लवर्स का होता है ना. कौन सी मूवी थी, कोई याद है मुझे बचपन में? डर. इफ द गर्ल यू डोंट गेट देन दैट लव टर्न्स इनटू लस्ट, राइट. ये पाना ही है मुझे, दिस आई हैव टू हैव इट. एंड विथ लस्ट व्हाट हैपेंस? इफ इट्स अनफुलफिल्ड देन एंगर. एंड पिक्चर यहाँ रुकती नहीं है. एंगर के बाद क्या होता है वो भी देखना पड़ेगा. एंड दिस इज द प्रीवियस श्लोका प्रभु जी, माता जी, एक्चुअली talks about that. Contemplating of the objects of senses, person develops attachment, then from attachment lust, and from lust anger. Clear? भागवत गीता में बोला, दिस हाउ साइंटिफिक इट इज, हाउ साइंटिफिक इट इज. अब तक अगर आप लोग यहाँ नहीं आते तो पता भी नहीं चलता कि भागवत गीता में ये सब है, और आप मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर यूट्यूब में ढूंढते हैं यही सब सुनने के लिए. एंड देन यू हैव इन भागवत गीता एवरीथिंग सो नाइसली डिपिक्टेड बाय कृष्णा टू अर्जुना. सो मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, read, one of you. टूथपेस्ट में नमक है क्या? See this, everybody knows this and I see smile on most of your face. Bombardment of information can create attachment, even though you like or dislike in today's society. Imagine this, that first time this ad comes, I will not say company's name. Okay, fine. Ad came, right? Second time comes, third time comes, fourth time comes. आपके टूथपेस्ट में नमक है क्या? And then it gets imprinted in your mind. And then you go to one commercial shop and then you see a rack. That rack you see and there are like various toothpaste out there. अब आपके माथे में आपके टूथपेस्ट में नमक, हाँ ये वाला ले लो, ये वाला कौन सा, ये टूथपेस्ट में नमक है क्या? No logic. Just that advertisement bombarded so much on you because none of the other thing, even if you have a proper Ayurvedic toothpaste and all, you still go for आपके toothpaste में नमक है. Why? Because Shahrukh Khan came in that ad. That's why you got enchanted to it. And that's where next shloka comes. Now I talked about anger. Let's repeat after me and then one of you have to say the translation now. Krodhat bhavati sammoha सम्मोहा स्मृति विभ्रामा स्मृति भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. Can one of you read?
From anger, complete delusion arises, and from delusion, bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost, and when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material world.
Very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. Another flow chart. IT engineers. Beautiful face. Who likes this face? Anybody like to marry this face? No? Yes? No? Male, female, doesn't matter. Nobody wants to marry this red face, okay? Now, post anger comes bewilderment. Mind gets confused, puzzled, है ना? गुस्सा आता है तो दिमाग काम करता है. Mind first of all stops working. And then what happens? Those 5 horses, remember we talked about last session? Intelligence versus mind. If intelligence is controlling the mind, you are good. If mind overpowers the intelligence, then what happens? You get very annoyed. Insanity comes in. Now from here, insanity comes in, which could lead to now you say, right, Prabhuji, Mataji, so many crimes in this society, why people are doing this and that. There is a connection. You saw the flow chart, right? There is a connection. Because we don't keep Krishna in center, all these societal problems are there around. Even if you do charity, right, you go and, Amavasya tha last time, and then you feel like you have to donate and all, which is good. But it has only that much temporary effect. Again, you are back to square one. And all of us have, you don't have to share, but all of us know that how much fight we do in our house, office, right? How much struggle we have. Especially these apartments now. Earlier we had independent houses. Now you are in apartment, you think that, it's sound acoustic, foolproof. Nothing is happening. Early morning, late night, mostly late night only. Some flat or the other, somebody shouting very loudly, fighting with the other person. If it was independent house, it was okay, na? Now people are hearing each other, that anger. And I'll give you some examples, what it led to. Even normal middle class family, I'm not talking about criminals and all. It is very, very tricky when people get angry and how they lose sanity. So look at this news, Prabhuji Mataji, I just picked up. Once you don't get the person whom you like and love, you have seen acid attacks. है ना, ये when we are in chemistry lab we never thought acid will be used for all this stuff, and they started doing all this nonsense. Why? Because lust led to anger, and anger led to bewilderment, bewilderment to insanity, and then to social crime, है ना. Look at it, another example. IPL match, a father wanted to sleep and son wanted to watch late night IPL match, and then father got so angry that he took the vegetable knife and killed his son. Another example of IPL match, right? This I say, so sorry. So this is like somebody was doing IPL betting and he wanted money from his father to do more betting. Father didn't give, hence he got angry, and even in Bangalore I have heard some years back, husband wife were fighting, young Navjat Shishu child was there. We stay in these big story buildings, and wife got so angry that she took that baby and threw from that balcony, and she also jumped. Why? If you look at the cause of anger, it might be some, आज मैं नहीं बनाऊंगी तुम बनाओगे, some topic like that. Feet of anger. And Prabhuji Mataji, the fact remains that we are in such a depressive society today. It's not our fault. Both husband and wife are doing alpha jobs today, and that is the need, right? Because home loan is crore. One single person cannot do, so hence both them have to earn. Second thing is also that husbands are not like husbands anymore. Are they like Yudhishthir, Arjuna? Are they like Bali Maharaj? Are they like, the great kings? They are also like Shudras, husband. Hence, wives also have found a way to be happy on their own. Now both of them have become alpha males and females in the house. And the kid comes in the house and he is supported through the helpers. And he is getting sanskara from helpers, and that crore rupees flat which you bought, helper is enjoying the most because she is staying the most in that flat. Because you are struggling with the multinational companies, right? And then after doing all that, the pressure is so much that a wife wants husband to understand her, husband and wife to understand her. Both have different rooms, T-cons and stuff. They meet one day in the weekends, greet each other. Hello, how you do? Love you. Take care, bye-bye. And then go back. And then if little trigger or ignition happens, bomb. Now, is husband responsible for it? Is wife responsible for that kind of a situation? Is kid responsible for that, who is like sandwiched between these two? And Corona time, it was happening worse. They were always having different offices, and suddenly they were like together for 2-3 years, locked, can't go anywhere. And yes, media doesn't talk about it, but so many divorce cases raised because of that, Suddenly they had to talk to each other. Hey, it was good na, husband wife together, what's wrong? But चेहरा नहीं देखना था एक दूसरे का. Anger, feet. Doesn't mean that you should do job or not do job, but have Krishna in center, right? He will give the pathway, calmness, sanity. Then there is a better chance of being happy. Without Krishna, chances are very bleak. You think today you are happy, tomorrow there is no guarantee. Hare Krishna. So, that calls out for another shloka. Repeat after me. Neha bhikrama nasto asti pratyavayo na vidyate swa alpam api asya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So somebody can read.
In this endeavor, there is no loss of premonition, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear.
Yes. So, in this endeavor, when we are doing bhakti, Krishna is saying there is no loss. Little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Lord himself is saying that, hence proved. अब आप में से कितने लोग भक्ति के लिए तैयार होंगे? हाथ उठाएं. अब कृष्णा बोल रहे हैं, मैं नहीं बोल रहा. मैं बोला तो हाथ मत उठाइए, है ना? अपने अपने लेवल पे थोड़ी थोड़ी भक्ति शुरू कर देनी है हमें। जिस चीज़ के लिए आप आए थे भागवत गीता कोर्स सेशन 1 में, उसका आंसर अब धीरे धीरे आपको मिल रहा है। और अभी कुछ नहीं है, अभी बहुत मिलेगा। अभी 7 सेशंस नहीं, 6 सेशंस इसके बाद बचे होंगे। वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू हैव स्पिरिचुअल अकाउंट, द क्वेश्चन इज व्हाई यू आर एबल टू डू while others are unable to do. Now all of you are sitting here for last 1.5 hour, 2 hours Sunday evening. This is like the most happening Bangalore evening time, Sunday. And you leave everything and you're sitting here and hearing Bhagavad Gita, purports and stuff. Why you are here, others on the street are not here? Yes? What karma? Very nice, Prabhuji. So the previous life karma is accounted, but your money in this life will not be carrying forward to next life. But karma is, right? So you have done some good sukriti, hence you took human form of life, hence you are here, hence you are the lucky most to get the opportunity to get into bhakti. And if you say yourself bechara, it's a shame. You are the chosen one among crores and crores of souls out there. Only thing is, you have to realize and take leap of faith of assumption and take a deep dive in the swimming pool. कूद जाइए, तैरना कृष्णा सिखा देंगे, चिंता मत कीजिए। Not the material swimming pool, don't jump. That I can't guarantee these days. So, another shloka, please repeat after me. Nasti buddhir ayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayat asantir asantasya kuta sukham. Any Mataji will read?
One who is not connected with the Supreme, can he neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace, and how can there be any happiness without peace?
Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, shloka number 66. Please go and read. Krishna is himself saying, Prabhuji Mataji, you talked about peace and happiness. You can only garner through what? If you are not connected to the Supreme, that is in Krishna consciousness, can have neither transcendental intelligence nor steady mind. Hence the anger and lust and greed and envy and all that comes, right? So if you want happiness, you have to connect to Supreme. And Gita says about connect to Supreme, but it doesn't talk about how to connect to Supreme, right? And for Kali Yuga, we have third grantha other than Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna speaks, Srimad Bhagavatam, where we speak about Krishna, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, which talks about how to connect to Krishna, what is bhakti, how to do bhakti. And chanting is the mode, but that has given in like huge detail. Bhagavad Gita, does Krishna say how to connect with him? तो क्या फंस गए? मतलब उन्होंने मतलब ऐसे गुलाब जामुन दे दिया और खाना कैसे पता नहीं, नाक से खाना है, मुंह से ऐसे. चैतन्य महाप्रभु enables that, who is none other than Krishna. और ये भी छुपा हुआ है. He is in छन्ना अवतार, hidden अवतार. हाँ, he will not be seen to everybody. आपको भक्ति का चश्मा लगाना पड़ेगा. Then you will be able to see that. You can say, Prabhuji, I never found Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the books. अरे बुक्स तो अपने ही जैसे लोग लिखते हैं ना बोर्ड एग्जाम के. Why they will speak? But actually, it takes one to know one. उस तरह का मूड चाहिए. And then Bhagavad Gita gets enabled in your life through Chaitanya Charitamrita. I am just giving the teaser, Prabhuji Mataji, long way, but how part is through that, है ना? And then how to get rasa through Srimad Bhagavatam, the nectar, his pastime of Krishna. From there you get rasa. All right, thank you Mataji for sharing. So very quickly, practice bhakti. The previous shloka says, which will lead to connection to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. Then it will develop transcendental intelligence and steady mind, which will cultivate peace, which in turn will give you the first session comment, happiness. Left hand side equal to right hand side, hence proved. Mathematics. याद है आपको? LHS equal to RHS. Yeah, I mean that thing is so engraved in my mind, scary. Okay. So again, quickly to summarize, perform your own duty, work up to your maximum capacity, don't aspire to do others' duty. Duty is meant for satisfaction of mind, not to show everybody that this and that, and be satisfied with whatever results you achieve. You can only endeavor, outcome is not in our hand. By the way, when we say outcome is not in our hand, that doesn't mean, oh, he got the outcome, I didn't get the outcome, so Prabhuji, iska matlab kya hai? No. Krishna has planned for each and every one for us, of us, right? There are so many examples of devotees in ISKCON. Sometimes when they took sannyasa, some of them become brahmachari. By the way, when 100 people do Krishna consciousness, 1 out of 100 becomes brahmachari. Don't think that 50, 60 become. It's like, it's a tapasya, it's not at all. सुनने में अच्छा लगता है, एक बनते हैं. So one person who becomes brahmachari, obviously he is not getting married, right? But he generates so many kids in the society because सबके father बन जाते हैं. And so in the short duration, it looks such a sad state of affair. Such a young boy, IIT and this, and he's becoming married. He's not getting married. He's becoming brahmachari. So he left all those luxury and all. How sad. But Krishna's plan was different for him. Imagine, because of him, so many of the souls became devotee with the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Isn't that a bigger plan? How he saved so many families out there instead of saving one family. Isn't that a bigger plan? So उस स्पॉट में लगता है कि बड़ा दुखित बात है. आसान नहीं भी होता है जो पेरेंट्स मेहनत करके बच्चों को बड़ा करते हैं. बट अगेन, somebody dies in the family, there is a learning out there. It might make us a bit better leader if some untimely death happens in the family. Why? Because the son who was pampered by the mother or father, and the father or mother passed away, and then son grows and he becomes a better, strong person, which he would not have. And he might be adding more values to the society. Krishna's plan. But then in isolation, in that pocket, you see, why me, why the father passed away, he should have passed away in 80 plus, I suffered. But then again, we think that we are the unlucky ones. Maybe we are the chosen one by Krishna because we deserve to be leaders of the society and give direction to the society. You have to trust Krishna. Krishna has planned for all of us. Right? We have to trust Krishna. Simple. And through ABCD only it can happen. Not alone in the room sitting and doing puja. आना पड़ेगा यहाँ, एसोसिएट करना पड़ेगा, सुनना पड़ेगा, श्रवणम करना पड़ेगा, कीर्तनम करना पड़ेगा, आरती करनी पड़ेगी और प्रसादम भी खाना पड़ेगा. सब कुछ. हरे कृष्णा. So all these above can be achieved, Prabhuji, Mataji, with the practice of? With the practice of? क्या हुआ? प्रभुजी प्रसादम है? तो आवाज निकालिए जोर से. प्रैक्टिस ऑफ भक्ति. कुछ मैं बोले जा रहा हूँ, आवाज नहीं आ रही तो यहाँ से ना, मैं भी इंसान हूँ, मोरल डाउन हो जाता है ना. मोटिवेशन चाहिए. हरि बोल. So again, root cause of suffering is attachment, comparison, uncontrolled sense objects drive us insane, right? And so many problems: lust, pride, anger, greed. So we have to be careful on that. So what you have to do bhakti? Chanting, reading and hearing about, or about some celebrity, a Bollywood actor, Hollywood actor. Who? Krishna is the ultimate celebrity. अरे उनके ऐसा pomp and show कौन कर सकता है जो कृष्णा कर सकते हैं, या दुनिया का कोई, मतलब खैर, I don't have to speak. Next is, then it will develop transcendental intelligence which will lead to steady mind. देखिए rocks बने हुए हैं लेकिन गिर नहीं रहे हैं. Steady, which will lead to peace, and then it will lead to happiness. And happiness is with Krishna in the center. Happiness is not with I in the center, you in the center. With Krishna in the center. I know that's the key. And you know what? When Corona happened, what Supreme Court had told? I'm just picking up from there. The line they said was like, we want to impress upon you that the panic will destroy more lives than the virus. You need counselors. You can have bhajan, kirtan or whatever, but you have to give strength to the people, said the court, urging the government to rope in the leaders of all faiths to counsel the migrants in shelter. Ensure trained counselors and community leaders of all faiths visit relief camps and prevent panic, it said. So, Prabhuji Mataji, the counselors, the spiritual leaders play a very, very vital role in the society. Where everything ends, These are the leaders who can actually help us to maintain our consciousness and sanctity. Supreme Court told, I didn't say, right? So it's coming right from the material judge of India. So last but not the least, practical tip of the day. We already summarized about this, so I'll skip this, interest of time. So very quickly quiz for 2 minutes. Question. What are the 3 causes of suffering? Anybody? Okay, मेरा काम तो हो गया, मैं निकलता हूँ. They know everything, so done. नहीं, अभी तो और है. Thank you, very nice. So yes, attachment, comparison, wrong acts. What are the main characteristics of the body? Okay, nice. Let's see. Temporary. You are right, Prabhuji. Changes as we change clothes. Similar to car. Next question. How should I perform my duty? Best of our ability, right? है ना? Be satisfied with whatever result is achieved. Duty is meant for satisfaction of mind, not to prove anything to the world. Question 4. How to train our mind? Define steps. Very nice. So, regularly chanting, reading, hearing about Krishna in association of devotees, है ना? ये जो हो रहा है अभी इसमें transcendental intelligence will come, steady mind, peace, and then happiness. Very nice. And this shloka we keep repeating every time. I won't repeat in the interest of time. The point is that in Satyuga, in Dwapar Yuga, in Treta Yuga, different mediums to do bhakti. But in Kali Yuga, only that is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Very nice. Beautiful. So with that, I would end the today's session. The mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Once again, anything I said untowards, क्षमा प्रार्थी हूँ from what दिल से. Please don't mind. Only intent is to encourage all of you towards bhakti. So I am open for tippani, feedback, questions, anything. Yes, please. And 1 or 2 we'll take, and then we'll go for offline.
Quick question, Prabhuji. I've started reading Bhagavad Gita as well, but I have 2 places where I have little problem with the statement on the purport. First, in the preface itself, where Sri Prabhupada ji says that, maybe at that point of time, whatever it is, the statement says that women are of less intellect and, kind of dim-wits. That there I have a bit problem. Keeping aside my problem, the main problem I have is when kids read it, or when any adults, when they grow up and when they start reading it, doesn't it create a wrong impression in this mind, in their mind, young mind? Because as it says, as it is, when you're reading such book and when it says that women are of less intellect than men, then automatically it doesn't create in the young mind that, okay, woman is lesser than me, so I can, later it can turn into ugly things, right? So why doesn't ISKCON as a whole change it in a way, or that's my first question. The second place where I have bit concern is Arjuna's in this chapter 2, the initial slokas. Arjuna says that in war, when men die and women become widows, the progeny which comes out due to unethical things and all that stuff, they also, they're not in the right direction. But my concern with that also is, at least at that age, I don't think in our Sanatana Dharma we ever heard that after birth women were treated wrongly in such things. I don't agree with that particular purport, the way it was explained. So, I wanted your explanation.
Yeah, both are very nice questions, obvious questions when you read Gita. Again, it can become a elongated answer, Prabhuji, but in short, I will try, in interest of time. So, see, on the first one, when Prabhupada calls out that way, in today's day and time, actually, if you see, be it men or women, right, both are fallen. In Shastras, it is mentioned that women always need protection. See, women have different strength, men have different strength. When we say less intelligent, intelligence is not meant the material intelligence, right? And other thing is that statement when you are reading, so it's important that, yes, reading is great, but it's important that you read and hear the acharyas on that statement, what they say. Because if you read on your own, as you rightly said, different as you have been cultivated from childhood, accordingly you will think. And you are not wrong based on your limited ability of processing. But these kind of ambiguous statements, if you read in isolation, it will puzzle you and can turn you off. Hence, the connection with acharyas to understand that is important. That is point number one. Point number two is, Prabhuji, as I said, that when Prabhupada says intelligence, it means that woman needs protection. When they are young, they need protection of father, right? When they come in youth, they need protection of husband. And when they become old, they need protection of son. That's how Shastras say. Why? Because see, women have different strength. For example, as I said previous session also, the ability to give birth to the offspring, men cannot do, right? So they go through that tumultuous pain, 9 months, and they are able to deliver. Men can only watch. So, but they have so much of sensitivity and those kind of traits around them that they need protection naturally, right? For example, a soldier is protecting out there in the boundary. Doesn't mean that soldier is highly intelligent and us are demeaned. Everybody has a duty to perform in this society. When Prabhupada said that less intelligent, it means that protection wise, right, they need that kind of a guidance. And it's obvious also. Else, you know how that time also when you say that progeny, you know what happened to Draupadi, right? I don't think in Kali Yuga also that thing happens in day-to-day news, where you have all the relatives sitting and then in the center, the disrobement, the trying to do the disrobement of a woman is happening. And in that age, when Krishna was there, it was happening. So when Arjuna said that, Krishna said that Arjuna said that if everybody dies, then obviously the protection will go for the ladies. And then the Duryodhanas of the world and all can come in. Dushashan, Sankan, they were also existing that time. And again, these are symbolic, Prabhuji Mataji, right? It says that there is an institution in place we should believe in and we should abide. Now, when that institution doesn't work out, it is our mistake, not institution's mistake. Why? Because we have not put Krishna in the center. If we put Krishna in the center, then we are steady, transcendental intelligence, then we'll become a good husband. See, very quickly, when all the youth or the males were sent to ashrams for at least 10, 16 years, and they had to spend brahmachari life before they became ready to be husband. आजकल कितना होता है ऐसे? हस्बैंड को लेके कुछ ट्रेनिंग होती है, अंत में शादी हो जाती है और बस नेचुरली सब कुछ अपने आप मदर नेचर विल मेक श्योर इट फॉल्स इन प्लेस. ट्रेनिंग होती थी पहले, राइट? सो यू बिकम अ सत्वगुणी पर्सन फर्स्ट. Steadiness, peace, happiness, transcendental intelligence used to get cultivated in the shelter of gurus, right? अभी तो जैसे अंग्रेजों के अटैक करने से पहले एक गांव में 50 गुरु होते थे. You know the story, right? How they hit that brahmanas first. That's again a different. So the point is that if with that kind of austerity you become a good husband, and then you can protect your wife, and wife will also respect. They will do what they have to do. Why they will struggle in this society unnecessarily? तो आज ना तो husband अच्छे हैं और wife भी उसी तरह है. So कलयुगा में neither men or women, both are fallen. It's not about womanlessness. So when Prabhupada said it was that way, Prabhuji. Hope I.
Actually, that is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam itself. Prabhupada has not said that.
Yes.
He has quoted from there.
Yeah. So he has quoted and elaborated what is being said. Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
And second thing is that shloka is talking about like progeny with thing that Arjuna is saying. He is in confusion. So Krishna is not, accepting that. He's telling you do your karma.
Yeah.
Don't think about all these things.
Yes. True. So obviously this material world is meant for destruction. It's temporary in nature. right? So whether you see all how these wars and all are happening today, we are self-destructing ourselves. So this material world is meant for temporary place. We have to get out of this place. If we try to find happiness there, we will struggle only, because there is nothing called happiness here. It's all shadow. Like one of the senior acharyas I was hearing, they mentioned that you are in jail. You have been given a ground floor choice and a first floor with AC. Which one you will choose? Ground floor or first floor with AC in jail, तिहाड़ जेल, क्या चूज करोगे आप? क्या बेवकूफ़ी है, एसी वाला चूज करेंगे? अरे जेल में अटके हुए निकलना है, right? So in this material world we can think this and that, in that it's jail only, right? So we have to get out, and that's again a separate discussion altogether. But thank you, Prabhuji, it was a very nice question. Interest of time, all the Prabhujis are looking at me, so we have to stop here, and we will move on to chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So over to His Grace Ati Chandra Gaur Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So I hope you liked the session. It was enlightening. So we'll chant one time Hare Krishna for Prabhuji for such a wonderful session. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. So Prabhuji was very busy actually. Every Sunday he has to go and drop his kid and then he has to come back. So he has so many things, but still from his busy time he is taking up for us and giving us such a nice enlightening session so that we can change in our life. We are all searching for happiness that we learned, but how to achieve that happiness? So that process also we got. So now we have to sincerely follow that process, and in due course of time it will come. Because who is saying? Krishna is saying. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. So when Krishna is saying, nobody can challenge that, right? So we'll now move to the chanting, very important part of another part of devotional service. As you already heard, that chanting is the process for the Kali Yuga, right? And very easy process. So now we'll move to the chanting. Hare Krishna.
So how many new devotees, souls have come? Raise hand. I see some familiar faces. So